So the item of the week is a British midshipman's naval Dirk, and it's absolutely brilliant this, because it's a lovely item in its own right. We love these. Classic style, goes throughout the years into even Elizabeth II, doesn't change. But this one dates back to pre-war, turn of the century, because it's Edward VII with the cipher. But this spans different generations, different conflicts, different eras, with different individuals involved. So it just tells us so much more about history. And it's all because of this presentational etching. It says, to Edward Kemble, Royal Navy, from his and his father's old friend, Rear Admiral Lucas, VC, and it's dated May 1903. So the first person we have to look at is, with the thrilling letters VC for Victoria Cross at the end, is Rear Admiral Lucas, and we found him to be Charles Davis Lucas. And unbelievably, he is the first guy to be awarded the Victoria Cross. He's the first winner, it's the earliest action, and it's his bravery aboard HMS Heckler in the Crimean conflict. So we're going back to the 1850s, incredible. So you think, well, how's it linked to 1903? Davis Lucas does have a really long and flourishing career, and sadly he dies in 1914, just as the outbreak of the war is happening with British involvement. But 11 years prior to this, he's gifted this wonderful midshipman's Dirk to Edward Kemble. And his father's mentioned in there. So Edward Kemble's father, we had to drill down and find out that. We couldn't resist finding out who he was. And it all links together. Edward Kemble's father is Horatio Fraser Campbell. So great naval name, Horatio. And he does serve, we looked at the ship roles, and he does serve with Lucas VC aboard HMS Liffey in the 1860s, around 1862. So he befriended him then. They live in the same sort of areas of Kent. So he's obviously a good old friend of his with great naval tradition in the Campbell family too. So the date of this is May 1903, and that's when Edward, Horatio's son, enters service with the Royal Navy. So this marks him entering in to follow in his father's footsteps, and in Lucas's footsteps too. The wonderful tradition as being a midshipman in the Royal Navy, and he goes on in his own right to be really interesting. Edward Kemble, his full name's Edward Richard Busk Kemble, which is unusual, but because you've got those names, you can start researching him ad infinitum. But the real highlights are that he serves with Admiral Beatty. He is actually the flag lieutenant aboard HMS Lion with Admiral Beatty at the Battle of Jutland. So Beatty's known for saying something like, there seems to be something wrong with our bloody ships, when two were lost early on in the battle. A bit of a naval disaster for us. And Beatty is there with him as his flag lieutenant. He's rumoured to have said that to his flag captain. So it shows how significant that is in history, and Kemble is, and therefore this item. And so Edward Kemble leaves service after having been on the same ship then as Jellicoe himself, and served as part of his staff. So he's rubbing shoulders with all the great and good of the First War. So a wonderful thing. We're so pleased to have it through, and just the icing on the cake was being able to find a picture of Edward Kemble. Here he is with Mary Princess Royal, no less, and there he is in the background, and he's listed here as Commander. That's the rank he ended up with, ERB Kemble. So it's just lovely to put a face to the item, and he's moving in great elevated circles then. So the reason we think this is just such a tremendous thing, we're always looking for things like this, is there are three people to drill down on. One a VC winner, the other with Beatty at Jutland, and even his father, so the connection between the two is explained. Tremendous thing that spans many decades of naval history.